Hello, boys and girls. Today, for reading, we are going to be talking about places in our neighborhood. And we're going to be having a story about that. But before we do that, we're going to do some vocabulary words, some words that are going to be in our story. The first word I have is the word borrow. Sometimes we have to borrow things. If you borrow something, you're going to use it for a short time and then you're going to give it back. Can you say borrow with me? Borrow. So you might borrow a marker from a friend. You might borrow your sister's sweater. Your teacher might borrow some scissors from another class. There are times that we use things that belong to someone else and then we give them back. That's called borrow. This word is called organize. And when you organize, you put things in a special spot. Now, normally that means that they're neat and you can find them quickly. My students know that I like to be organized and I try to teach them to do the same thing. When you are organized, it helps your brain to stay calm when you need something and you know right where it is. Some people like to be organized. Some people don't like to be organized. But we're all different, aren't we? All right, this is a bigger word. This is frequently. Can you say that with me? Frequently. I'm kind of saying it like I'm segmenting it. Frequently. Frequently means often. Your moms or dads or grandpas or grandmas might have to go to the store frequently to get some food. Or frequently, we do some stretching and a Jack Hartman video to stretch at school. We do that frequently. We do it often. Look at this big word. This word is called neighborhood. Can you do it into segments? Neighborhood. Neighborhood. Another cool thing about this is also a compound word because it has two words that go together. Neighbor and hood. Those are both words, but you put them together and it is neighborhood. And neighborhood are the things that are around us. And our last one is equipment. Now it depends what we're talking about, what kind of equipment we need. If we're talking about Mr. Jack at school, his equipment is a broom or a garbage can or a shovel or some cleaning supplies, that type of thing. If we're talking about the ladies in the kitchen, their equipment would be like pots and pans in the oven and utensils and all of those kinds of things. We're going to see how the word equipment is used in our story. So all of those words are going to be heard in our story about the neighborhood. So this is called in our neighborhood. What kinds of places are in the neighborhood? There are places to live, places to play, places to buy things, and places to have a meal. There are also special places in the neighborhood that are there to help people. How do they help people? In lots of ways. Schools are where children go to learn. At school, many different people help children learn. Classroom teachers, art and music teachers, principals, and other helpers all make school a fun place for children to learn and play. In school, children learn how to read and write, how to do math, and even how to make music and art. They play outdoors in the schoolyard. In school, children learn about places and people in their neighborhood. Now, they've talked about a couple of things that we might not have in our school, but that other schools might have. Let's see what else is in our neighborhood. The hospital is a place where doctors and nurses help people. And we're really lucky. We have a hospital right next to the school, don't we? It's a little different than what they're going to describe here, but it's similar. They take care of people who are sick, people who have been hurt, and babies who have just been born. The hospital has an emergency room where people go when they have been hurt in an accident. Doctors and nurses stay busy helping everyone who comes into the emergency room. They have special equipment to help them do their jobs. If you fall down and hurt your arm, the doctor may take a picture using an X-ray machine. An X-ray picture shows what the bones inside the body look like. It helps the doctor know how to fix the broken bone. There is another area that is a very special and happy place in the hospital. This is where babies are born. Doctors and nurses check the babies to be sure they are healthy. They also teach new mothers and fathers what to do, what they need to know about caring for their babies. Day and night, the hospital is always open with doctors and nurses ready to take care of people in the neighborhood. So if you ever got really sick at night and you needed to go to the hospital, they're always open. You don't have to wait until the doctor's office opens in the morning. You can get help all the time. Let's see where else we can go in the neighborhood. We have one of these close to the school too. Shh. This is the library. People are busy reading, using computers, and selecting books to borrow. Now, our library has been closed in Carroll, but hopefully it'll open really soon. You can get a library card for free at the library. With a library card, you can borrow books and take them home for a few weeks. Many libraries have rooms filled with books for children. In the Carroll Library, those books are downstairs. There's a whole special room for children. The librarian can help you find just the right book to read. Parents and caregivers frequently or often take children to the library after school. Some libraries have programs with guest authors who visit to read their books. Others libraries have story time, which is when librarians read their favorite books out loud. Librarians can help older children with homework and show them how to use the computer to find the information they need. So there is a library in a lot of neighborhoods. Let's see what's one more thing that they talk about in a neighborhood. The post office is another busy place in the neighborhood. Postal workers help people mail their letters, postcards, and packages. Post office workers use special scales to weigh packages and figure out how much it will cost to mail them. Postal workers sort the letters and packages into special bins. The mail is organized according to where it's going. One bin is for the mail that goes to the people in the neighborhood. Mail that goes to people in other neighborhoods, cities, and countries goes into another bin. Throughout the day, people use the special places in their neighborhood. Children go to school in the morning and visit the library after school. People who are sick or hurt hurry to the hospital to get well. People go to the post office to send their mail. The school, hospital, library, and post office are there to help people. The neighborhood is such a busy place. And we have a pretty special neighborhood right here in Caro, don't we? With even more things than what the story talks about. But we definitely have those, and they are part of our neighborhood. I'll be back in just a minute.